So good afternoon to all the participants. We are on the day three of week two, and of the professional development program on renewable energy and its future in India. We have amongst us today the guest speaker, that is Zohaib Hassan Khan. He is working as assistant professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, and he'll be giving his speech on the topic latest trends in renewable energy in non-conventional energy resources. So I invite him to deliver his speech. Uh, yes, Zohaib sir, you may continue.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Zuhsan Khan. I am here to present a lecture on the latest trends in non-conventional energy sources. Now, before we that, we must go into the background, and we know about the difference between renewable energy and non-renewable energy. Now, first of all, what is energy? We all know energy is defined as the ability to do work. Energy comes in the various forms. And here are some of the common examples or types of sources of energy: chemical energy, nuclear energy, stored mechanical energy, gravitational energy, sound energy, electrical energy. Now, if we go one by one on each, we all know about the chemical energy. Chemical energy results from chemical reactions between atoms or molecules. There are different types of chemical energy, such as electrochemical energy and chemical synthesis. Examples: for example, a good example of chemical energy is an electrochemical cell or battery. Now, nuclear energy, we all know nuclear energy is resulting from the changes in the atomic nuclei or from nuclear reactions. For example, nuclear fusion and nuclear decay are examples of nuclear energy. And atomic detonation or power from a nuclear plant are specific examples of these types of energy. Now, if we talk about the mechanical energy or stored mechanical energy, is energy results from the movement or the location of an object. Mechanical energy is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. For example, an object possessing mechanical energy has both kinetic and potential energy. Although the energy of one of the forms may be equal to zero, a moving car has kinetic energy. If you move the car up a mountain, it has kinetic and potential energy. A book sitting on a table has a potential energy, for example. Now, the next energy is gravitational energy. Energy associated with the gravity involves the attraction between two objects based on their mass. It can serve as a basis for mechanical energy, such as the potential energy of an object placed on a shelf or the kinetic energy of the moon in orbit around the Earth. For example, gravitational energy holds the atmosphere of the Earth. Now, the next is about sound energy. Now, we all know that sound energy is a movement of energy through a substance like air or water, and it is caused by vibrations. Solid, liquid, and gas transmit sounds as waves. So, we can say sound energy is the movement of energy through a substance in the waves. Sound energy travels in the forms of wave. Unlike light energy, sources cannot travel through a vacuum because there are no atoms to transmit the vibration. For example, if we say about the sound energy, when we talk or sing, there is a sound energy. When we clap our hands, it makes a sound energy. Play a musical instrument, etc., also creates a sound energy. The last one, which is the electrical energy, which is a very important. Electrical energy may be defined as a form of energy which is caused by the movement of electrons from one point to another. Then such type of energy, called electrical energy, is nothing but the work done by the moving electron or charges in the electric field. Now, this electrical energy we measure in the form of joules or watt. Now, let us go on and discuss about the renewable sources of energy and their examples. Now, renewable sources of energy and non-renewable sources of energy, the difference between them are the way they replenish from the resources. Petrol and coal are the, for example, are the non-renewable sources. Renewable sources of energy, again, the source of energy that are easily replaced by nature and can be used forever. They will not be finished over time, no matter how much we use them. We keep on using them, but they will again be used and they can be used forever. They will not be finished over time. For example, the renewable sources of energy are solar energy, biomass energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, etc. Now, if we see about the solar energy and wind energy, hydro energy, these are the three main components, and behind that are biomass energy and geothermal energy, which are also the renewable sources of energy. We need to not use them usually, as they are unlimited and are constantly being replaced by the nature. The amount of sunlight that strikes the earth's surface in an hour and a half is enough to handle the entire world energy consumption for a year. Renewable sources of energy, where example food, fruits, and vegetables can be considered renewable sources of energy, but only if we keep planting them. We need to use it usually, otherwise they can also release. When we cut forest, we must plant more trees so that they are again grown. Here is just an animation to explain these things. Examples of renewable sources of energy, for example, solar energy, which is very important source of energy. Now, solar energy, I've told you that about the amount of sunlight that strikes the Earth's surface in an hour and a half is enough to handle the entire world's energy consumption for a full year. So solar technologies convert sunlight into electrical energy either through photovoltaic panels, that we say PV panels, or through mirrors that are used to concentrate the solar radiation on a particular surface. This energy can be used to generate electricity or be stored in batteries or thermal storage. Solar energy, that is generally from the solar radiation of the light, which may be also known as electromagnetic radiation, that is emitted by the sun. While every location on the earth receives some sunlight over a year, the amount of solar radiation that reaches any one place on the earth's surface may vary. It depends on the geographical position of the surface. All the plants need sunlight to grow and give us food, wood, medicine, cotton, and much more. These, you can say, somehow it is the direct sunlight that all the plants use to produce food and grow. Now, solar energy, we get vitamin D from the sunlight, which is very important for our health. Many types of solar power plants use sunlight to produce electricity. Solar energy, the sunlight can be directly used to cook food using a solar cooker. Solar energy can also be used in a home for as a heater or a geyser, solar heater geyser. We can also use it as a solar furnace, and we can also use in the form of solar water heater, which is now a very common example of solar energy. Now, the disadvantage of solar energy is that it is not available 24 hours a day and also not available throughout the year. For example, when we enter in the winter seasons, we see that the amount of sun, the solar energy falls down. The second example of renewable source of energy is wind energy, which is heat from the sun, differentially heats the environment of the earth. We have the cold air and the hot air. They are at a different temperatures at the different places on the earth. Now the difference in the temperature causes the warm air to move up and cool air to move down. This movement of air is called wind. Wind power or is the fast growing renewable energy technology used nowadays. Usage of this is rising throughout the world, in parts because it is less in the cost. Global installed wind generating capacity onshore and offshore has increased by almost 75% in the past 2 decades. Wind turbines first emerged from the century ago, following the invention of electric generator in the 1830s, where the engineers started attempting to harness wind energy to produce electricity. Wind is used to produce electricity using the kinetic energy created by air in motion. This is transforms into electrical energy using wind turbines or wind energy conversion system. Wind first hits a turbine blades, causing them to rotate and turn in the turbine connected to them. That changes the kinetic energy to rotational energy by moving by moving wind energy, that changes the kinetic energy to a rotational energy and thereby producing electrical energy through electromagnetism. The amount of power that can be harvested from the wind depends on the size of the turbine and the length of the blades. The output is proportional to the dimension, you can say, dimension of the rotor and the cube of the wind speed. Theoretically, when wind speed doubles, wind power potential increases by a factor of 8. Wind turbine capacity has increased over time. Today's new wind power project have turbine capacity of about 2 megawatt onshore and 3 to 5 megawatt offshore. Commercially available wind turbines have reached 8 megawatt capacity with rotor diameter of up to 164 meter. The average capacity of wind turbine increased from 1.6 megawatt in 2014 to 2020. Here is an example and an animation of how the wind energy is converted into the electricity. Here you can say the sun is also the main driving force behind the wind. The only disadvantage of wind energy is that the speed of the wind keeps changing, so does the wind energy also. You cannot say that we may obtain a constant wind speed and you have a constant wind energy produced. Now next example is hydro energy. Hydro energy, or you can say the hydropower or hydroelectric power, which is again a renewable source of energy that generates power by using a dam or diversion structure of alter the natural flow of river or other body of water. Like wind, water also keeps flowing at the earth's surface, so constantly recharging the system of the water cycle to produce electricity using a fuel water that is not reduced or emitted in the process. Now, because of hydropower uses water to generate electricity, are usually located, all hydro energy are usually located on or near any water source. The energy available from the moving water depends on both the volume of the water flow and the change in the elevations, also known as the head from one point to another. The greater the flow and the higher the head, the more the electricity that can be generated. At the plant level, water flows through a pipe, also known as a penstock. We can see here that the potential energy of the water here, the head is up and the motors and rotors are placed at the downward position so that we can utilize the kinetic energy of the water to rotate the wheel. Now, at the plant level, water flows through a pipe, also known as a penstock, and then spins the blade in a turbine, which in turn spins a generator that ultimately produce electricity. Most conventional hydroelectric facilities operate this way, including run-of-the-river system and pump storage system. Now, hydropower is very important in terms of energy production in India, because in India is home to many electrical power plants. We are ranking the fifth position in the world. We are ranking the fifth position in the world for potential hydro power capacity, which currently stands at more than 50 gigawatts. Only China, Brazil, the US, and Canada have a greater hydropower capacity globally. Now, in India, more than 90% of the India's electricity is operated by the public sector through companies like NHPC, SGVNL, NTPC Hydro. The India has 5 major hydroelectric power plants which are in the capacity range of 2400 megawatt. topping the list of these hydroelectric power plant in India, the first is the Tehri Dam in Uttarakhand, which is the highest hydroelectric power project in the country, commissioned in 2006, and it is producing about 2400 megawatt projects. The second after the Tehri project is Koyna hydroelectric project, which is producing about 1960 megawatt of electricity. Now, the next is about the biomass energy of the renewable sources of energy. Now, the biomass energy, we can say, is again a renewable organic material that comes from plants and animals. Biomass was the first largest sources of total annual US energy consumption till mid 1880s in the US. Biomass contributes to be an important fuel in many countries, especially for cooking and heating in developing countries. The use of biomass fuels for transportation and for electricity generation is increasing in many developed countries as a means of avoiding carbon dioxide emission from fossil fuel, etc. In 2020, biomass provides nearly 5 quadrillion BTS units BTU, about 5% of total primary energy used in the United States. Biomass contains stored chemical energy from the sun. Plants produce biomass through photosynthesis. Biomass can be burned directly, or we can say to produce heat, or converted to renewable liquid and gaseous fuels through various processes. So again, these biomass energy sources for energy includes wood and wood processing waste like firewood, wood pellets, wood chips, lumber, furniture, all sawdust and waste, black liquor for pulp, paper mills, agriculture crops, and waste materials, bioorganic materials in municipal solid waste, animal manure, and human wastage. All such things includes the biomass sources. Here, for we can say even the dead remainings of the living things like plant waste and decaying animals possess energy, which is also known as biomass energy. Types of biomass energy you can also include garbages, crops, alcohol, fuels, landfill gases, and woods. Biomass energy can be trapped, and burning of biomass like wood and other waste from plant and animal matter releases energy in the form of heat that can be used to produce electricity. Biomass is converted to energy through various forms, including direct combustion to produce heat, or decomposition of waste that produces somehow the gases which are used for the as a biomass energy. The chemical conversion to produce solid gases and liquid fuels, chemical conversion to produce liquid fuels, biological conversions is produced liquiding and gaseous fuels. Again, biogas, methane, or landfill gas are also used for cooking purposes, which is mainly the methane gas used to produce the cooking as well as to produce the electricity. Now, the next example of source of energy is geothermal source of energy. Now, a lot of energy is stored beneath the earth in the form of magma that is present, and we need to extract these magma to call out the geothermal energy. The stream of lava is trapped and used to run the turbines, which in turn produce the electricity by rotation mechanism of these turbines. You can say it is a very safe and clean source of energy. This heat energy of molten matters can be trapped from a few miles beneath the Earth's surface using a geothermal heat pump system as shown in the figure. This energy can be directly used for heating homes and office. Some cities also use these pipes this for hot water and make an extensive network of pipes under the road and sidewalks to melt the snow. As in some of the colder countries, it is also used for the melting the snow on after the side of the roads. Now, the another and the very important non-renewable sources of energy. These source of energy cannot be replaced by nature in a reasonable time frame. That is why it is known as non-renewable source of energy. Once used, nature needs hundreds or thousands of years to make it again. If we cut tree, we know that the trees can be grown in up to by means of 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So they are the renewable source of energy. But if we are using the non renewable source of energy, it took hundreds and thousands of years to make them again. For example, the fossil fuels. Now, fossil fuels, which we can say we know that entire earth runs on some of the other kinds of fuels, fossil fuels, oil, gas, petrol, diesel, coal, etc. Every movement and mechanism of the object is dependable on the fuel. Fossil fuels are buried flammable geologic deposits of organic substances such as dead plants and animals deposited under several thousand feet of slit. These deposited decayed with time and converted to natural gas, coal, and petroleum due to extreme heat and pressure inside the Earth's crust. They are also known as non-renewable source of energy, as it takes a long, very long time for them to replenish. If we use fossil fuels, nature fuel thousands or even millions of years to make them again, they again are replenishable. Metal ores, fossil fuels, and even the underground water is also a non-renewable source of energy because it takes hundreds of years to make it again. Non-renewable sources of energy like coal is a fossil fuel which is present beneath the Earth's surface and it is formed in billions of years. It is extracted through various mines and it is used in thermal power plants to produce electricity, and also it may be used for to generate in the consumption of another forms of energies. Organic remains, that is the remains of plants and animals beneath the earth's surface, turns into fossil fuels like natural gas, petrol, and diesel. Organic remains that are being extracted from the, we can see in the animation, these fossil fuels process a lot of energy and are used in vehicles and thermal power plants to produce electricity. When we all have seen that we are using them at an alternating rate. If we continue to use them at this rate, they will be vanished in some years, and nature will require millions of years to make them again. So, all the non-renewable sources of energy are to be used very carefully. Now, we talk about a disadvantage of fossil fuels. Now, the disadvantage of fossil fuels for the burning of coal and petroleum produces a lot of pollutants, which is causing air pollution. Fossil fuels releases oxides of carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, etc. that causes acid rain affecting soil fertility and potable water. The burning of fossil fuels produce gases such as carbon dioxide that causes global warming. So they pollute the environment in severe way, which is resulting in the major way of causing global warming. So fossil fuels are not good for human health, and we need to we need to delay the usage. We need to just decrease the use of these fossil fuels. Now I have made a video related to the presentation, and you please go on. It is very interesting. In the beginning, there was nothing. The world was in darkness. Sadly, the earth grew with plants. I have tried to create this video just to give a feel of the different renewable sources of energies and the practical environment where they are used, being like geothermal, wind, solar plant. These are the latest trends of the renewable sources of energy. Conditionally, we can see that hydro power is the fifth main largest producer of power throughout the world. Was largest solution in the year. 25 of the earth is submerged in the ocean. So this the rice shafts are also can be used in the form of renewable sources of energy or in the form of biomass energy. If these resources are not to be explored, all we need is we need the proper direction. And remember, the resources are ending. If we don't wake up right now, our future is surely in the smoke and ashes. Now, here we conclude the video. Thank you, everyone. Now, if anyone has any query,
Thank you, Zoeb sir. It was a very informative lecture, and your presentations, your animations are so very self-explanatory. Because of the Friday prayers today, we would like to open the session for a quick question answer session. If any of the participants has any query, you can put it right now, and we'll quickly wind up the session. So I invite all the participants to put their question forward.
so
I think, Zoid, sir, it was self-explanatory, and none of our participants has any query right now.
okay.
So thank you,
Thank you,
Zoeb, sir.
everyone.
Thank you, Zoeb, sir, for your very informative lecture. Thank you for sparing time with us, and you have given a very nice lecture on the latest trends in renewable energy and
Okay,
non-conventional energy.
okay,
Thank
okay,
you.
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, bro.
Okay.